Today we're answering the question on every entrepreneur's mind: how to create a company culture of trust. Earlier this month, Apple CEO Tim Cook wrote an internal letter to Apple employees revealing Apple's plan to return to in-person work 3 days a week in early fall. September, Apple, due to the global pandemic, has by and large been working like the rest of us remotely over the past year. There are some companies who are now starting to return to in-person, or in Apple's case, on-campus work. As a rebuttal to the letter Tim Cook wrote to staff, a group of Apple employees returned a letter of their very own. This letter, by and large, expressed their complaints and concerns about the change. In the employees' letter, they wrote that without the flexibility of choosing between remote and in-person work, they now feel that they have to choose between, quote, either a combination of our families, our well-being, and being empowered to do our best work, or being a part of Apple. Apple has now responded to the complaints in a video sent to staff, seen by The Verge DG O'Brien. Apple's senior VP of Retail and People, what a cool title, said that in-person work is essential to Apple products and company culture, and that it is key for product development and product launches. I'm paraphrasing, but O'Brien said that in-person collaboration is quintessential to Apple culture and Apple's future. Strange words from a tech giant. A seemingly off-brand remark and policy to put forward that there, even at Apple technology, they cannot replace human-to-human in-person interactions. Apple is, however, going to offer some employees permission to work remotely. According to The Verge, employees will be allowed to work remotely, but that approval is on a case-by-case basis, with any new remote positions requiring executive approval. This strikes a strange tone. As a leader of technology industry, there is a huge opportunity to be a leader in the new work-life balance. The world has been forced by rising to fulfill it. He went on to say video conference calling has narrowed the distance between us, to be sure, but there are things that simply cannot be replicated. To me, this seems off message from a tech company that has branded its ability to connect people all over the world in ways previously unachievable, to give a huge sections of the population the ability to create, innovate, and collaborate like never before. For a company who strives to improve the lives of the planet through technology, stating that it can't truly bring us together and yield that same professional results that seems to me off promise, lack of vision. In the comments below, I'd love to hear how you feel about Apple's first move to bring people back into the office. Botched or about time? Is that your feeling? For now, let's brainstorm on ways that Apple could have stayed completely on brand and been a leader in the transition from working from home to working on campus. We've been home so long, Apple and other companies could add benefits like paying for gas, transit, plus time commuting, as most Americans have recently said they'd rather quit than go back to their jobs. Now, I'm not sure working at Apple is a dream job for most. Seems like it would be. And the ratio might be on the low side of that bell curve, but clearly, employees are not thrilled by the decision being made without so much as an internal survey. An internal survey would have been a great way to hear what the employees want to do in this transition period. Apple CEO Tim Cook is essentially telling employees, I know how you'll make Apple the most money, and that is if you work in person. Richard Branson's sage advice: take care of your employees and they will take care of your business. It's as simple as that. Healthy, engaged employees are your competitive advantage. Going back to work in person is also a psychological transition for many, and not everyone is ready at the same time, nor is everyone ready in the same way. Not everyone is ready to go back to the way it used to be. In fact, many psychologists would say it's not possible to simply go back to the way it used to be. And it's unrealistic expectation to put on someone, let alone have the same exact standard for thousands of someones at your company. Most Apple employees will be expected to come into the office Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays with the option of working remotely Wednesdays and Fridays. Teams that need to work in person will return 4 to 5 days a week, Tim Cook said. Employees also have the chance to work remotely for up to 2 weeks a year for any reason, personal or professional, but must get approval to do so. In addition to having to ask for approval to work virtually until the transition can be made without damaging the mental well-being of any professional, a professional is striving to always put their best foot forward, striving to be a role model of fortitude and effectiveness, could actually become stigmatized as too weak to jump back into the swing of things like they used to be, and break down their company's culture. In the respect colleagues have earned, like over the years, could just wash away like a wave over a sandcastle. Like, face it, things aren't the way they used to be. We aren't the way we used to be. Perhaps a volunteer period of 6 months where people can try working on campus a few days a week to reacclimate themselves, or have their work analyzed to see if their productivity went up or down working virtually versus working in person. So many companies have ways of doing things simply because that's the way they've always been done. But as chairman of JetBlue Airways, Joel Peterson puts it, high trust organizations don't rely blindly on old rules. Instead, they trust their teams to figure it out, more relevant ones, empower teams to come up with their own norms. The Tim Cook letter, although carefully worded, also telegraphs mistrust. Whereas trusting the employees to make their way to working on a campus over perhaps a 6-month period at their comfort level could result in more people coming back than giving a September start date and a 3-day-a-week in-person mandate. Trust is the currency of any organization. There simply is no real working relationship without trust. Think about it. Continuing with our brainstorming, and I love to continue the conversation in the comments below. I'd like to talk about the superpower of respect when strengthening your brand. Any leader of a brand seeks to instill trust and respect by upholding their values both privately and professionally and publicly. I can think of no better way to show your respect for another human being than to listen to them without your own agenda, barking so loud you don't hear them. Listening purely to understand what they want you to hear. And a great leader does this with everyone on their team, not just the C-suites. It's when you respect the people you have the least to gain from that you really shine a light on your values and earn the trust and respect of everyone on your team. I hope this episode has helped you build your brand. I release episodes like this one every Tuesday and Thursday, so hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single thing. And you can keep treating these episodes as your free masterclass on branding. Let's see how this unfolds and if the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, will listen without agenda to the responses of his entire Apple team and hold their well-being in his highest esteem and trust they are capable of navigating their own transition. Clearly, if they love their job and they are treated with respect for their work ideas, treated and trusted to get to work, get it done on time, any which way, they will have a shared goal with Cook to get back to working at their best, whatever that looks like, home or office hybrid. That's why our motto at Inspiration to Millions is always, love what you do. And here's the part we've been really honing in on today. It's not just love what you do, it's also love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.